Ahead of COP29, the National Council on Climate Change, in partnership with the European Union, has convened stakeholders in Abuja for a one-day national workshop to review the outcome of the 28th session of the Conference of Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, declaring the workshop open. The Minister of Environment, Balarabe Abbas, said the workshop will look at the outcome of COP28, identify areas of interest, and prepare Nigeria's participation ahead of COP29. Clevy News' Imefon Okon brings us details.
United Nations Climate Change Conferences, or COPs, take place every year and are the world's only multilateral decision-making fora on climate change, with almost complete membership of every country in the world. Declaring the workshop open as experts converged on Abuja for the one-day national workshop to review the outcome of COP28, the Minister of Environment, Balarabe Abbas, said Nigeria, like most countries of the world, is feeling the adverse impact of climate change, hence the need to look at the outcome of COP28, identify areas of interest for Nigeria to focus on. Also speaking, the Director General of National Council on Climate Change, Salisu Dahiru, and the head of European Union said, apart from reviewing COP28 report, it is also imperative to address the challenges and implement the report.
The 28th conference marked a milestone in our global effort to address climate change. It provides a platform for dialogue, negotiation, consensus building among nations. COP28 reaffirmed our collective determination to tackle the essential threat caused by climate change, which has been clearly itemized by most of the speakers here, particularly the view raised by the British High Commission on the issue of this year's heat. It's quite unprecedented, this year's heat, because we find that what happened in Nigeria is compared to what we saw in Kuwait, in Dubai, and other places. So I think there's a dramatic change in terms of weather in Nigeria, starting from February up to today. The weather has been very, very hot, not only for her, but for all of us. I think we need to look at what is the cause of that change in our weather patterns.
The agreement largely during COP28 posed the threat called for the need for a strategic review of all our national action and climate goals. We seek to facilitate active participation in this very important event, and we are counting on all of us present here to give in their best. The idea behind this particular conference, which is unpacking the outcomes of COP28, is a new innovative approach that Nigeria has taken.
We are really happy to be here to look at what happened at COP28, why it matters to Nigeria, and how best we could pursue Nigeria's agenda ahead of COP29. This is a matter of general interest. It's not only for professionals, professional negotiators, and members of ministries. This is a matter that really touches the life of everybody. And I think this is a wonderful experience to bring all the wisdom together and to integrate all points of view into the vision that we want to pursue ahead of COP29.
In their Goodwill Messages, the Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, said climate change affects women and children more. Similarly, Chairman House Committee on Climate Change, Chris Nkwonta, representative of World Bank, UNICEF, among other dignitaries, also spoke on the impact of climate change and the need for collaboration.
If anyone is suffering concerning the climate change, it's more of still women and children. Almost everything we take the bullets. So please, help us. Let part of the climate change be narrative change too. So that they go hand in hand. That's the only way the women can be benefiting from all this. And when women have not benefited from anything you are doing, that thing has failed.
If we really want to achieve the highly ambitious climate agenda, climate targets, as well as truly sustainable development ambitions of Nigeria, we need to see if and how we can really mobilize all those stakeholders on the ground, strengthen their capacity, and work together.
And what we are doing currently is to look at those areas that we need to fine-tune by way of additional legislation. One of them will be in the area of funding. As has been said here, without funding, not much can be done to mitigate the effects of climate change.
This is why events like this are so important. To mainstream climate action across all sectors, to make sure that we create a resilient and prosperous Nigeria for all.
So this event, I think it's very much welcome because it really shows that the government of Nigeria is giving top priority to the implementation of its commitments. So I think it is now the time that all these commitments and the progress towards achieving them is reviewed, so that new action plans or strategies are really prioritized. And I think that the action plan for the implementation of the national climate change policy, it's more than ever a priority.
Experts say, as a nation, we have a responsibility to take action and work towards making sustainable and resilient future for Nigerians in the area of climate change. Imefonokon reporting for KOGI News.